Jaspers. I'm the business director at Koma. It means that I take care of all the business stuff, the whole business side of the company. And I also make designs for the machines, so how they look. And I make sure that everybody that has a question or wants to know something from us gets the right answers.
Well, I do pretty much everything that is concerned with the electronics here. So there is the development first of all, or now more and more kind of like guiding other developers as to what we need and what we want to have, and then organizing the whole production, talking to the to my hardware guys and to other manufacturers, manufacturers that do something for us, and organize the whole process of like from the idea that we have till like a PCB with lots of electronics on them.
We met each other in Holland around 4 years ago, a bit more than 4 years ago now, at the STIM Institute, this is the Institute for Electronic Music in Amsterdam. And we were there both at the same time, waiting outside for a workshop to start. And we figured out soon that we had kindred spirits, you know, that we liked each other, and that we wanted to do something together. And in the beginning, that was mainly focused on making music together, and then we soon realized that we might be able to use our talents in a different way, and then actually Koma was born.
Ed and we were talking outside before about that you can use the FD201 also as an oscillator if you want to, and he didn't know that, so I'm going to show you how to do that now. And it's actually quite easy. So the FD201 has 3 outputs, and you can patch either of those 3 back into the audio in. That's the yellow cable here. So right now I have high pass going back into audio in, and we are listening to low pass. If you do this configuration, I'll show you here on the oscilloscope. You get a sort of a bent sine wave. You have to turn up your input gain a bit to make it self-feedback if the input gain is too low. Yeah, your signal will fade. Then you can turn up the resonance to have it to this squeaky.
Well, startup for modular is large price-wise. If you want to buy a module, that does something cool, it starts very cheaply, of course, but it can soon go into the hundreds of euros, and then you still have to get a case for it. You have to get a power supply. Further, we believe that dedicated devices can just as much be modular as a modular Eurorack setup. And there's people that are in need, for instance, for just a filter for their live setup, and they don't want to schlep like a whole modular system to the gig. They can just take a pedal.
I think it's just nice to have, like you said, like to have a unit that you just put somewhere, and this is my filter and my sequencer, and I don't have to like patch a million cables to like get these functions together, or like try 3 different filters until I find the correct one. I think for many people in their studios that have like some old synths and maybe like a small modular, or maybe not even a small modular, but they just have like say 2 drum machines and 2 older synths or something, it's nice to have like some kind of links in between.
But we also made a very conscious decision to put the patch bay on the top, so it's always reachable, it's always open for playing, it's always open for patching, so you don't have to go in the back, or you don't have to go and search for like the inputs and outputs. It's always right there in front of you. Same with the sensor that's also on top, and that comes with all the units. We wanna make units with which you can make music. We produce in Berlin, we assemble in Berlin, and we keep on doing that in the future.
Is that very important for you?
Yeah.
I couldn't imagine it any other way. Like,
everything that goes out here has been seen by us and the guys, and we have to be sure that it's working exactly to spec and that people get what they buy.
Yeah.
And there are a couple of companies at the moment that are moving their modular companies that are moving their production to China. And when you produce highly specific equipment and you cannot test it, or you cannot test it with the people that you want to test it, it's about to happen that that stuff gets sent out that's just not good enough, and that is happening at the moment with some companies, and that's for us immediately a lesson to not do that, and I guess for them as well.
So this is low pass now. If we look at band pass, I'll turn down the sequence again, also the modulation, and let's look at band pass. You get this kind of signal. So nice one.
It's almost like a triangle, really.
Exactly. Turn up the sequence again. It's not exactly 1 volt per hertz input, 1 volt per octave input, but you can still make nice lines with it.
There is one product that is my personal favorite, but there's no talking about it yet. But until now, I would say it's actually the filter, but simply because I like the sound of it so much, I think it's the best filter.
Well, you designed it, so it's if you don't
It's
like
unfair,
it,
of course, you have to ask me that question. But I think I just really like the sound of it. I could touch it.
For me, it was for a long time the BD101, but lately I've been making a lot of music. I still love it to death, like everything we made. But I think I have to shift my opinion of what at the moment is my favorite machine is the RH301, because it can do so many things, and you can especially in the modular setup, you can tweak so much, and you get everything straight on your clock, and it's like the ultimate techno machine. It's really. I'm very happy that we made that one. I'm very proud of it. We have a few products lined up that we cannot talk about. The first one that's going to come out next is going to be called the Poltergeist. And the Poltergeist is a 4-channel quadraphonic audio mixer. But it's not a mixer in the normal sense. It's about panning signals to 4 different output signals of 4 different outputs. So you can play in a quadraphonic setup, and you can go up to 720 degrees, so you can let sound circle throughout the space. And that's also a product that we would like to show to your viewers in a little bit. In January we're gonna launch something that is gonna be so awesome.
My new favorite product.
Oh man! Oh my god! That's gonna be so awesome. And I wish I could tell you all about it, but it's, we decided that we won't launch and we won't say anything until it's ready to the extent that we can really show it. And we're almost there. But this will really blow people's minds, and it will be something that people have been waiting for a very long time. And the only thing I can say about it is that it will be big as a unit. That was enough teasing, right?
Hey, it's me again, Christian from Koma Elektronik, and today I'm gonna give you a sneak preview of the Koma Elektronik Poltergeist, the Eurorack module that we're gonna release very soon. And it's an analog quadraphonic audio and control voltage mixer, respectively a panner. And you have 4 input channels, and you have 4 outputs to which you can pan those via this knob. So this is a new way of panning things, because usually when you try to pan something in a quadraphonic field, you're used to having X and Y inputs, like with a joystick or something. But here you simply have one pot to move your signal around, and also you see that when I turn it further, it goes back to 1 again. So that means that you can do with a ramp wave, for example, or a sawtooth, you can make it go around forever. And yes, every channel has solo and mute, of course. You have a stereo input here, in left, in right, where you can just simply take like your submix for static signals that you don't want to move around. You just put them in here and they stay, because not everything has to be moving all the time. You've got on each channel an input for the pan position, which is simply like where the signal is going around in the field. You have an input for the VCA, so you can control the loudness of your signal. And then you have two more controls on each channel. It's field and M-pan. M-pan for now is like a master pan signal, so that means when all your signals are moving around, so you have 4 channels and each one is moving around differently, you can take the whole like carousel and turn like everything around with the master pan. And the field control gives you control over an inverted version of your input signal that you can put around in the field and therefore like achieve a opposite effect of what you want to do. So wherever you are with your signal and you turn up the field, you will get an inverted version on the other side, which will give you like nice cancellation sounds. And then you have also inputs for a master VCA that you can use as a sort of like super simple compressor or as a ducking compressor. You can change the whole mix mode to simply be stereo and not quadraphonic if you need that. And you can also change the slope of the VCAs that are inside. There are 70 VCAs inside, which slope they follow when you put CV into it. And the whole thing is now DC coupled, but you can set on the back, there's a little mouse piano, we call it, like a little dip switch, where you for each channel can decide if it's DC or AC coupled. So you can also use it for control voltage.
So when are you hoping to have it available?
We are planning to release it at NAMM.
Okay.
So by January next year, January 2015.